Downtown Denver has been one of the hardest hit parts of the Colorado real estate market in the last year. Not to mention, since the pandemic, the number of office workers has plummeted, severely affecting the downtown economy. What happened, and is visiting or even living here worth it? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ryan Haarer, Denver Realtor here, talking all about the Mile High City's downtown today. We're going to talk about what happened in just the last 3 years downtown that has so many talking about how to completely transform it. I will end this video on a positive note, my personal thoughts on downtown's current state and my hopes for its future. So what happened? The headlines about downtown Denver have been kind of sad lately. Like many large downtown cities, downtown Denver has become the epicenter of a homeless crisis. And while I will certainly not be talking politics on this channel, the topic of the condition of downtown has become a very hot political hot button issue. And just for the record, as a realtor, I'm not really allowed to share crime statistics, so feel free to look those up yourself. But if you're watching this, you probably have your own opinion about the state of downtown, and that has certainly contributed to the significantly reduced traffic and business in the downtown area, and city officials say addressing downtown problems is a top issue for them. But that's not the only reason downtown is a bit of a ghost town these days. When the world shut down in 2020 and everyone started working from home, these massive skyscrapers, once filled with workers Monday through Friday, emptied. And despite the pandemic ending, the latest numbers show about a third of these buildings are vacant. And that number is probably low, as many of the businesses that do occupy these spaces have hybrid work from home policies. Simply put, there are a fraction of the number of people downtown than there were just 4 years ago. Downtown's image and lack of activity has not only severely affected the commercial real estate market, but the residential market too. While I personally believe downtown has the potential to be a very cool place to live, especially if you're attracted to the condo lifestyle, think doormen, gyms in your building, hyper-walkable neighborhoods, the appeal is currently not there for everybody. Despite a major cool down in the residential market in 2023, most zip codes across the Colorado Front Range saw very little, if any, loss in value. But the 80202 zip code, covering most of downtown, is down about 15% in just a year. So now what? Well, as I'm recording this, summer is on the way. It's great news for downtown, as Rockies baseball games will bring customers into local businesses, but we really need to see activity year-round, and there are several efforts in the works that I find interesting to make that happen. First and foremost, the 16th Street Mall is undergoing a massive renovation right now. This is a large pedestrian walking mall that runs straight through downtown. Frankly, I always felt that this was an extremely underutilized space. It's long been home to big box stores and chain restaurants. It's unfortunately where many convention center visitors from across the country get their first and potentially only impression of Denver. And it's really not a particularly fun place, let alone a strong representation of what Denver has to offer. So the renovation itself has likely caused lots of people to stay away from downtown, at least until the dust settles later this year. And when it does, the hope is not only a better pedestrian experience, but also a more lively, busy city center where people would happily come support local businesses that will hopefully fill in the now vacant storefronts. There are several large buildings being constructed as we speak, from much talked about hotels to one of the largest and modern work-life office towers in Denver. And if you build something of this scale, there has to be a plan to fill those buildings, and I'm hopeful that the developers working on these projects are engaging companies from all over the world to make Denver their home. As for the old buildings in Denver, there may, and I stress may, be a path to turning some of them into housing, all of these vacant skyscrapers. That would not only provide some solutions to the commercial real estate crisis, but also the affordability crisis in the residential market in Denver. The median priced home in the Denver area is around $600K, but if we could convert some of these buildings, these previous commercial spaces, into residential, it may provide a more affordable condo or apartment to Denver residents. The city is working on feasibility studies, but the conversion to residential would not be cheap or easy. This is a very much TBD. Finally, and this is an issue so much bigger than this little video, we need continued solutions to our homeless crisis. There are so many organizations working on this problem, and I think it's safe to say, like any big city, this will be an ongoing issue for some time. Is enough being done? That's a topic for another day. Hope for the future. Personally, I am still drawn to downtown, even in its current state. My wife and I come down for shows at the Denver Center for the Performing Arts. We meet friends for beers before Avs, Nuggets, and Rockies games. I still take new visitors through Union Station for lunch or dinner. There are some excellent restaurants that have pushed through these strange years all across downtown, but it's a bit depressing to see so many vacancies, not just empty cubicles, but storefronts and restaurant space. Larimer Square kills me these days. This used to be such a fun place to be. Now there are just a few businesses hanging on there. So what will downtown Denver look like in 2, 3, 5, 10 years? I'm hopeful downtown will evolve into a place people not only want to work and play, but live. There are so many great pockets or neighborhoods within the neighborhood. If we can pivot from what's always been known as a place to work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and more towards a 24/7 community and a central location for events and gatherings, downtown will thrive. I think the 16th Street Mall project will be the biggest early test of this. Once reopened later this year, will businesses see the potential? Will locals fill in these once vacant spots? From there, let's add some additional pocket parks and grocery stores, more infrastructure to make downtown feel like a home as opposed to a business district. I am not saying it will be easy, and downtown has a long way to go from its current image, but it's the heart of our city. Let's hope for the very best. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ryan Haarer, Denver area realtor. If you have any questions about buying or selling in the metro area or just want more information about the best places to live, please reach out. My contact information is in the description below. We'll see you on the next one.